Yo, can niggas hear me? Yo, why the fuck I see a commercial? This nigga could talk, y'all boys. Look at this shit.
Connected with more than 200 destinations. Oh, that's a lot of counting, man.
Not everyone's life runs in straight lines. At Sophia, we get that. Our flexible, affordable.
Why were you hesitating?
Because there's a lot of different illnesses around. So I have family members that have like thyroids and they can't gain weight or they can't lose weight. But I think that they can manage to stay at ways that's going to be healthy for them. To me personally, I do feel like I can be at a better place. I'm working on it, and that's my goal.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think that definitely people have ailments, there's different diseases and all that, but I think at the end of the day, what you can do, the best physical peak for your personal body is in your hands. You may not look like someone you want to look like, your ideal situation, but you can optimize your body to be the highest performance that you think that you can get to.
When I first started working out, I lost 60 pounds, and I did just 10 calories. I don't have to work out as hard. I did the treadmill. I went at an incline, and I just walked the whole time, watching a movie and just walked. I just made healthier choices, and I've been mindful about what I put inside my body.
Like you put in that effort, right? You made those conscious decisions to walk on the treadmill, count your calories. You were super exact with everything, and that's how both of you guys were able to lose so much weight, right? So your physique is 100% in your control. It's just that nobody wants to put the effort in.
Just so we can invite the disagreeers, that's a great point to agree or disagree. Whoever wants to pick up where we just left off.
So while of course there are aspects that I think you can control about your physique, I think there are more things that are out of your control. Like, it is so much more expensive to eat healthy than it is to eat like crap. If I go to the grocery store and I just want to buy a bunch of frozen meals, that's going to be so much cheaper than me going and buying fresh produce and fresh fruit and everything.
I disagree.
I disagree too.
Why do you disagree?
The prepackaged foods, the frozen ones, way more expensive. I've been on a budget, eternally. I always save money by just going to the grocery store and buying ingredients.
I agree with you on that, but I can go get a frozen meal sometimes for $1.50, $2, where if I want to cook a whole meal, like depending on what all the ingredients I'm getting, that could be $10.
Well, you'll get more.
Yes, but still, you have to think from people who have like no money and they're thinking like, oh, I can get.
I've had no money. I've had $12 for a week's amount of food.
I hear both. I think that you definitely, in the short-term mindset, it is cheaper. You go to a fast food restaurant, they have like a dollar menu. I think they've increased the dollar menu now. So, which is crazy. $2 menu. So that's valid, I think, but I think it's killing us in the long term. Like, it's like that short dopamine effect, the dopamine where you're like, oh, I just need something right now. I think that's the issue.
I also did want to, just touch on, other than like food costs, like there's also privilege when it comes to like having time to cook stuff. Like if you work a full-time job,
Losing their breath.
So for you, obesity is just the health parameter of how physically you can be. For you. It's not a physical manifestation of the body.
When the doctor says that bad word, it's he's looking on a chart versus saying you
How many
can't.
people have
But he's
been
saying,
that
but listen,
diagnosed?
he's not saying you're ill and you can't walk up that hill.
I've had doctors say that to
You
me.
go, I have
That's the
that.
thing. I've had doctors
I'm
say that
obese
to
and I
me.
can still walk
So-
up that hill. And that's what's fabulous about it, right? It doesn't automatically mean you're ill, but also down the road, absolutely it's gonna mean you're ill. You're lucky with your genetics currently.
Shawty right here in the middle is realizing this bitch is crazy.
What's fabulous about it, right? It doesn't automatically mean you're ill, but also down the road, absolutely it's gonna mean you're ill. You're lucky with your genetics currently. Down the road, it's not gonna be the same
But this is the
story.
thing, you think they're genetics, but since I was really young, I'm active. I'm an active woman.
I never said you're not
No,
active.
no, I know, but I'm just responding to what you're
Okay.
saying. I know you're not saying that I'm not active. I'm responding to what you're saying about the doctors and stuff like that.
Bro. Bro. There just ain't no way, y'all boys. Fuck. Yo.
Yeah, because I
have had doctors tell me that.
Tell you what?
That I'm obese and that I
Yes.
cannot exercise, that why am I not exercising, why am I not doing the effort. There's doctors that have bad diagnosed me for things I'm not,
Lucky with your genetics currently, down the road, it's not going to be the same
but
story.
this is the thing, you think they're genetics, but since I was really young, I'm active. I'm an active woman.
I never said you're not active.
No, I know, but I'm just...
Look at her motherfucking face, y'all. Look at her face, bro.
Genetics currently, down the road, it's not going to be the same story.
Shawty, look at Shawty in the pink face, bro. This shit is so crazy.
You think they're genetics, but since I was really young, I'm active. I'm an active woman.
I never said...
Soon as she's, bro.
The thing, you think they're genetics, but since I was really young, I'm active. I'm an active woman.
I never said you're not active.
No, I know, but I'm just...
Fuck, bro.
Responding to what you're saying. I know you're not saying that I'm not active. I'm responding to what you're saying about the doctors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I have had doctors tell me that.
Tell you what?
That I'm obese and that
Yes.
I cannot exercise, that why am I not exercising, why am I not doing the effort. There's doctors that have bad diagnosed me.
These niggas crazy, man. These niggas is fucking crazy. These niggas is fucking crazy.
For things that I've never had. And I've gotten medicated for things that I've never had. So it's like,
Right.
it's everybody, it's different.
They're killing us too. So
Just we went down a tangent
Yeah.
from that. I wanna.
Oh my God, you've been
we're
so
talking
good.
about we're talking about body positivity, whether
Yes.
we think it promotes unhealthy habits. We're gonna bring in our disagreeer.
Oh my God.
And then continue the convo.
Yeah. So I didn't step forward because I really hate the toxicity that has come from people being like, oh, body positivity promotes obesity and blah, blah, blah. I hate that so much. I think there is like the minutest people who are doing that. The vast, vast majority, I do not think promote obesity. Body positivity, to me, is just loving your body, accepting your body how it is, and not hating yourself. Like, you shouldn't have to wake up every day because you're 400 pounds and hate yourself. Like, you know, I don't think anybody should be hating themselves. So that to me is what body positivity is about. And it's also about equality in how people are treated. Like, for example, Lizzo gets called out so much on like, oh my God, she's out there with her ass and stuff. Like, ugh, it's so disgusting. But Chapel Roan, who, God, I love Chapel Roan, was at Gumball and came out as Statue of Liberty and had her ass out. Did not see a single person online saying, oh, so why she have her ass out? You know, it's like, it's a double standard. People apparently hate fat bodies and don't think they should.
Imagine being able to build anything, for any reason, in any style, at any scale, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform made for anyone with an idea and a drive to bring it to life. Describe what you want and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one to platforms ready for many, from passion projects to enterprise-grade systems, everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality, right now.
I'm always trying to be the best at what I do, trying to put my best foot forward. Everything I do, I want to try and win.
Should be seated.
I actually disagree with that because I do see people hating on Chappell Rowan for the way that she looks and her outfits, and there's going to be hate on both sides.
Oh, of course, there's going to be hate, but I meant like the volume of hate that Lizzo gets compared to Chappell Rowan. Like I would say, like it's much smaller. Like I just you constantly hear about like Lizzo, and you know.
I have a question. I have a question about Lizzo. Okay,
Always comes back to Lizzo.
One of the
Okay. She's lost weight too.
I know.
She's lost a lot of weight right now.
One of the few times I saw her streaming, she had this. Lizzo. Okay,
Always
one of
comes
the
back to Lizzo.
one of the. Okay.
She's lost weight too.
I know.
She's lost a lot of weight right now.
One of the few times I saw her streaming, she had this gorgeous cake was gifted to her, enormous. Went in with it with a fork and was eating constantly and talking to the camera while she was streaming. The volume of the cake that she ate, I just went, oh my God, how many people are watching this? This is absolutely, it was a horrible representation. I hated every moment of it. What do you have to say about that?
Well, my question would be if there was a thin person.
Lizzo probably tore that fucking cake up, boy. What you talking about? Hey, man.
Doing that, would you have had that same reaction?
Yes. I'm about to look that shit up on YouTube real quick.
Okay, then I think it's more about like.
Nah, what am I doing? Let me not leave y'all out. Let's go find that shit real quick. I gotta see that. Oh shit.
Hi. I mean, we shouldn't talk to people like that. We shouldn't. Why am I going into the hand like this? All right, y'all can ask your questions. What kind of cake is this, first of all? Not bad. Baby, this is good. I want to just say what's up to Brazil. I want to take the moment to say hi to Brazil. They always in my live. Next question.
Jesus loves you.
Would you work with Dua Lipa? The album is in process. You know, I'm working on a lot of songs. I got like 140 songs. Forgot my name.
Fucking that shit up, man.
He's so much on TikTok. Songs like, I feel like when I was holding my emotions.
And look, Lizzo was promoting all that body positivity shit just to leave y'all ass and lose weight. That shit crazy as fuck, babe, man.
She's not promoting obesity by eating cake on camera. She's just, eating cake.
But if she's the representation of body positivity and she's behaving this way, is that promoting?
Have you noticed that she just posted a video that she lost weight? Like
no,
that was,
absolutely don't.
Yeah. She just posted a video and she lost weight. You can see the difference.
Because I don't want her in my algorithm.
So it was just probably that one day. You noticed that she just posted a video that she lost weight? Like
No,
that
no,
was,
absolutely don't. I
She just
absolutely
posted
not.
a video.
I
And she
absolutely
lost
did not.
weight. You can see the difference.
Because I don't want.
That little bit got an issue, bro. Little bit in the red. She got a fucking issue. I ain't gonna lie, fam. Like.
Her in my algorithm.
So it was just probably that one day that you saw her, but that doesn't identify her as the whole person.
Pink be fucking me up every time.
Yeah, in defense of Lizzo, not a sentence I want to read. In defense of her, I have seen her post like, oh, here's the green smoothie that I got, or here's me with my salad, or like, here I am at the gym. I think there is this weird stigma where people that are overweight have to be perfect all the time. They can never just like, just have a cake. And I agree, it's gorging. I agree, it's not great. Listen, I'm not saying that's great.
That was
not
too
great.
much.
But I'm saying that like this one instance of her doing this amidst all her other ones of her trying to be healthy.
Can I go on the opposite side of that, like with Lizzo? There's like Eugenia Clooney. She's a very petite, tiny woman. Why are people saying, oh, good job, Lizzo, like good job for eating healthier, but like when Eugenia Clooney's like trying to eat something like.
But is Eugenia Cooney allowed to have hashtag body positivity?
She does sometimes. So
Is she?
She promotes herself literally wearing like tiny outfits, showing her body.
That was my whole point. Is like these extremes are hijacking it.
Yeah,
I agree.
think,
They're not
like,
good representation.
Yeah,
No.
that like the algorithm, they will push out the most extreme cases because they get the most views, and that's
Right.
what people want to see.
Yes, it's dangerous.
Including these conversations. Although this was pretty reasonable. All right, let's reset.
No matter who you are, there's no denying that injuries can really put a damper on your everyday life. Like seriously, being injured when I'm trying to hit a new PR legit sucks. Luckily, there's people out there who can make your life easier. Just know that if you ever find yourself getting injured, you can turn to Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Morgan & Morgan specializes in a wide range of personal injury cases found in the description below to start your free claim today. Thanks to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this portion of this episode. Now, let's get back to the video.
Look what we found. Keep your devices monster-free with Surfshark. Just install the app on all your devices. There are
I have taken a weight loss drug. Will the agreeers please step forward?
I guess everybody's perfect.
I'm like trying to see like what do we define as drug? Just
I think we're talking about the
Like
weight-
Ozempic?
Pills
Yeah,
or-
wait. Well, any
like diet pills.
Any drug that you've taken.
Yeah, wait, I'll-
Sorry. But yeah, come on in. Let's hear your story.
I have used weight loss drugs before I knew the power of them in college, and that you could get them over the counter, but they were incredibly strong. Probably needed to be controlled at that time, but I was just so obsessed with my body size. I've pretty much my whole life, and that's just the culture, American culture that I was raised in and lived in, and so I would try drastic means, and I've done things that would just get you super wired. Even as an adult, once I figured out how to eat, I gained the weight back during the lockdown, like a lot of people did. And I go, gosh darn, I was so upset. And I took a prescription weight loss drug that was prescribed by a doctor, and I was able to drop the weight quickly. And I used it as a biohack. I used it short term just to get the weight off, because once the weight is off, now it's on you. You have to know how to eat.
So this is more recently.
Yep, and this is absolutely recent.
Was
too.
it like Ozempic, something like that?
Phentermine. You can get it prescribed. It's a controlled substance. It's hardcore, but it takes the thought process out of your mind. That thing, that monster that always tells you you're gonna get your next serotonin kick by that food, and you're hyper-focused on eating, and it takes that monster, it stops talking. So now, when the monster stops talking, you go, I can control this. I can make changes in my lifestyle in order to make healthier decisions to keep the weight off that I just lost with this drug, and yeah.
I was so desperate to lose weight. I was like on TikTok scrolling through, and like they were sharing like, oh, this drug does this and this and that, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just blindly buy this thing, and showed up at
Do
a
you know
horrible
kind
time
of what
for
kind of drug it was?
It was a pill that I took, and it like suppressed my want to eat food. But it also like had some really bad side effects. Like when I would eat, I would feel sick after, and I realized like, oh, I'm feeling horrible all the time and having this energy low and like just feeling physically sick.
How long were you on it?
I was on it for 2 months maybe.
Did you lose weight?
I lost some weight, but as soon as I got off of it, I gained all of that weight back.
You have to know what to do once you're there.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do?
Exactly. It was like the crutch, and like you just relied on it so much, and then once it was gone, you had to do your own thing, and
you have to figure it out.
You had to figure it out, and the pill was doing all that for you, and then for me, I gained more weight than I lost when I was on it.
Let's bring in our disagreeers.
So I've heavily considered taking Ozempic, but I've decided not to because you either have to stay on that drug long term to keep those effects, or if you get off of it, most people are gonna gain the weight back. So I'm no longer interested in anything that is not a complete lifestyle change. Like for me, I have learned over the years that I would prefer to be fat and happy than thin and miserable. So like right now, I'm just trying to, eat less processed food, stay away from like sodas and stuff for the most part. But I will never count calories, like, or because to me that leads to disordered eating habits.
For you?
For me
For her,
personally,
okay.
yes. I'm not talking for everybody.
Okay.
I'm not talking for everybody. But I will never count calories, like, or because to me that leads to disordered eating habits.
For you?
For me
For her,
personally,
okay.
yes. I'm not talking for everybody.
Okay.
I'm not talking for everybody, but for me personally, and I do think for a lot of people, it can lead to disordered eating.
Kind of circling back to the topic about taking weight loss drugs. Hell no, I would never take no weight loss drug. I worked really hard for my body, and I'm like a very big believer in that phrase, like if you wanted to, you could. Wouldn't you be so much happier if you lost the weight and you look back on it and it was like, yeah, like I did that.
Exactly.
Like that was 100% all me. I didn't need no help. I didn't need no cheat codes. Like this was the work that I put in, and I got the results that I wanted.
And that was the mindset that I wish that I had before I took the drugs.
Yeah.
Because like I was super naive. I was like 18 years old, and I had no knowledge about anything, and I was looking for a quick fix because all these people were telling me, oh, you need to lose weight, you need to do this, and that was in my own household. So it was my family telling me this, along with my friends and everything like that.
It's a lifestyle change ultimately. These are tools that you can utilize, but if you are not changing your lifestyle to go with it, then what will happen forth? And so I think that's really ultimately what it is. If you're not ready to commit to the lifestyle change, using these tools is not going to help you.
When people do these quote unquote shortcuts, a lot of the time, like mentally, they're not there. So they lose the weight and then they're still like
not fixing the problem.
Exactly. It was like, it was this quick fix, and now that it's, they get off it, like everything mentally like that they were at when they were at a bigger weight is still there because they didn't put in that mental work, like doing it on their own.
For example, we gotta reset. Sorry, the next one. I'm getting the signal. Fit women are more attractive than fat women. Will the agreeers please step forward?
Damn! Bruh, ain't no way, bro.
I would definitely agree. Fit women are more attractive
Damn.
than plus size women, only because me having this body, it shows that I can commit to something, right? And it shows that I'm hardworking, so I feel like men looking at my body can see, oh, okay, she's dedicated. She put in the work, and that can be an attractive quality that men see in me. I would definitely go for like a more muscular guy. So that kind of shows that we have something in common, something that we can work on together.
So gym dates.
Yeah, gym dates, for sure.
All right, thank you. Can we bring in the disagreeers?
I feel like I'm gonna get flamed alive right now. It's all good.
I'm bisexual, so I
Hey,
love
girl, me
women.
too.
I love women.
Yes,
What was that?
It's all good.
I'm bisexual, so I
Hey,
love
girl, me
women.
too.
Flamed alive right now. It's all good.
I'm bisexual, so I
Hey,
love
girl, me
women.
too.
I love
Yes,
women.
yes, all the bisexual.
I think
Okay.
all women are
Me
beautiful.
too.
I
Hey,
love
girl, me
women.
too.
I love women.
Yes, all the bisexual.
I think that all women are beautiful. I've had relationship with women.
Look at black girl. Look at black girl.
I think that all women. I'm bisexual, so I love
girl, me
women.
too.
I love
Yes,
women.
yes, all the
Wait.
bisexual.
I think that all women. I'm
Oh,
bisexual,
shit, her
so I
too?
love
Oh,
women.
shit.
I love women.
Yes, all the bisexual.
I think that all women are beautiful. I've had relationship with women that are fit, they are not fit, variety. And I can tell you that personality-wise, the skinniest ones and the most beautiful ones have had a personality that I cannot work with. Me, personally, me. So, and it comes from a place that the way that I grew up, the way that they grew up, thoughts, minds, you surround yourself with people that you like, that is like you. Your personality has more beauty than the way that you look. Your physical looks will disappear. My grandma, she used to be a very petite, tiny woman, grew up in the Philippines. My grandpa the same way. Now they're a little bigger, they're more comfortable. 50 years later, still in love. My grandpa always makes jokes. Like when I remember growing up, he was like, this is Burger King and this is McDonald's. I'm the king and I'm loving it. And I'm like, that's my grandpa. He showed me like you can appreciate a woman through all the changes, you know? Like, exactly. And that's why I love, like I could be, once I get skinny, like my boyfriend can still love me, but maybe he loves me more because how I am personally.
I think people like to be like, oh, it's always going to be the fit woman is more attractive than the plus size woman. I just don't think that's true. Like, there's a lot of beautiful fit women. There's also a lot of not very beautiful ones.
Right.
You know what I mean? To assume that size will always equal more attractive, I just think is like silly. It's a case by case basis.
Because I'm more on the healthy side.
Well, you can be thin and not healthy.
Yeah,
That's very
yeah,
clear.
exactly.
But the biggest issue I have with what you said, I disagree with you. I think as a fit girl as well, fit girlies, but I still disagree with you because there's beautiful women who are in bigger bodies. Like, I feel like it's an arrogance almost to be like, oh, because I'm fit, I'm more attractive. Like that's, it's ridiculous. And the biggest issue I have was what you said about men being attracted to you more just because you're fit. I think that that's basing your worth on a man. And I'm married, as a married woman saying that, I just don't understand what that has to do with the principle of just physical attractiveness. It has nothing to do with if someone else deems you as attractive. It's like just solely based on the physical. So,
She had to lock in real. She had to lock in real quick, like shit. Like
I just don't understand.
Shawty going in though. Y'all know I ain't girl.
That has to do with the principle of just physical attractiveness. It has nothing to do with if someone else deems you as attractive. It's like just solely based on the physical. So I 100% disagree with you.
I was debating actually stepping forward because of just what society has taught me my whole life. It's like, thin is more beautiful, thin is more beautiful, thin is more beautiful. And I've really had to work on unlearning that, like for so many years. When I was like, 19, 20, I was like, oh, the reason I'm not in a relationship is because I'm fat. Like I need to lose weight and then I'll become in a relationship, then someone will love me. And I thought that for so many years. And like my self-confidence was like down here. And I really had to work on unlearning that. And I'm still trying to unlearn that. But like I have learned over the years that people are attracted to different things. So if you ask one person, they're gonna tell you, oh, this is what I'm attracted to. And if you ask someone else, they might have a completely different answer. So I think attractiveness is subjective. I think when it comes to society 100% says skinnier is better.
I mean, I hear a lot of what you're saying, but I'm curious, anybody want to share, like, what is the type of body that you're attracted to?
To men, on men, other, or
well,
the
I don't know.
opposite.
There's people who are attracted to men. So whether it's men or women, what kind of bodies are you attracted to?
Because I've been smaller and bigger. I am tall. I already am eliminating a majority of people because I'm one taller man than me. But you know what? Somebody on your show, Zach Miko.
Was that the tall guy?
It was the model.
Oh, yeah.
The plus size model? He was
yes.
cute.
So
unfortunately married.
So it's like I have dated.
Fuck that he married.
Unfortunately married.
So it's like
Bitch.
The plus size model? He was
yes.
cute.
So
unfortunately married.
So it's like I have dated some fantastically gorgeous men, but when I feel most comfortable and myself and I can feel just kind of let it all out is a guy that's has some cushion. Gym people for gym people. And, and that kind of seems like unattainable, not my vibe.
No, I appreciate the specificity. Anyone else?
So I do have a type, but also like I've never dated before. So I'd say like my type goes from my type goes from like Prince Eric to Fluffy. Yes, the comedian Fluffy. I just feel like I could like hug him. Like he would give the best hugs and be like the best person.
It's a very
like,
wide range.
Yeah, very wide range of
A lot of them fit into
a
that
lot of
range.
infinites to that. But like I don't discriminate against like body type or anything like that.
It's funny because for me as a bisexual woman, like what I like in women versus what I like in men is like very different. So men, I'm very much like you. Like dad bods are kind of like what I'm the most attracted to. I don't want someone like super, super big, but I also don't like super skinny or like super, super buff. Like you have a little muscle, that's fine, but like the really buff guys, like not my thing. But for women, I like way more different kinds of women, like thin, big, like I don't know. I'm just way more attracted, I think, when it comes to different kinds of women. Like when I'm swiping on dating apps, like I'll maybe swipe on like 1 in every 20 men, and like women it's like 1 in 5. Women I just think overall are much more beautiful than men. Like even
and we have better profiles. Let's get.
They are. Women are more beautiful than men. On G, I could back that up for sure.
yes, that too.
All right, let's reset. It's okay for models to set a high standard for body image. Will the agreeers please step forward?
I did some modeling as a kid and as a
High standard for body image. Will the agreeers please step forward?
I did some modeling as a kid and as a teenager, and even now as an adult, I did pinup. There's definitely like a high expectation and standard, especially like in runway modeling and things like that, because they push out these clothing and they only do it in certain sizes. There's standards that different companies have that they want to push out certain things. So like for pinups, they want you to look a certain way, they want you to do your makeup a certain way, they want you to dress a certain way for that style. And same thing for like Victoria's Secret, they want to promote lingerie, and there's a standard for each company and they have to live up to that standard based on what they're trying to promote.
And personally for me, I always looked up to thin people. I always found them very beautiful. I was like, I want to be able to look like a Victoria's Secret model one day. It's okay to have a higher standard of beauty because it makes you want like, oh, I want to work harder on myself to achieve that type of body goal. I might not look exactly like them, like with the hips and everything, but I want to be able to look a healthy version of myself that looks something like that.
I think it's okay for models to have a higher standard of beauty because we are attracted to attractive things. A model is selling something. They're being hired to sell something, and they're going to make it, hey, look at this. Look at the dress I'm wearing. And you as a consumer, you don't want to look at somebody that is going to go, ugh, I don't even want to look at that person. What were they selling? I don't know.
Let's bring in our disagreeers. More disagreeers.
Being in the online school has definitely changed our daily structure. It's so much more relaxed. And now that Evan is a junior in high school, I have flexibility. He can go and then come back, check with him. Then he's done at a decent time of day after lunch. The experience has been really good.
This is Buick, now. Buick, exceptional by design.
Get 0.9% APR on these 2025 Buick models. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get up to $3,000 allowance on Encore GX.
Here's than I expected.
I completely disagree. I think we all forgot what modeling industry has done for women in our society. I think we kind of went blank for a second. I'm a journalism major. I have my degree in journalism, and growing up with certain magazines, and those women, just because they were thin does not mean they were healthy. Have y'all ever seen America's Next Top Model?
Yes.
There's a lot of detrimental things that were happening within that society, within that community. And I agree with you, yes, we all want to look at something aesthetically pleasing, but that varies. Also, the modeling industry is known for not being diverse.
Right.
Hello? So I don't know, we just like blacked out for a second.
It's very diverse now. It was not when I started.
Yeah, but it's not that diverse now either. It's evolving, but I wouldn't go as far as saying it's that diverse. But I think that it can be very detrimental as a young woman. I think the body positivity movement kind of was created in juxtaposition because of the modeling industry of the 90s and early 2000s, how toxic that was.
I do think we have come a long way, but we still have like much further to go. The average size of the woman in the United States is a size 16. So why are we not seeing that reflected more on runways and modeling and stuff? You know, I also have issues with it when it comes to a lot of plus size modeling too, because a lot of plus size models, they have the curves, but they have no belly. And that's so unrealistic for most plus size women, where it's like, most plus size women, if you are a size 20 like I am, you're gonna have a stomach. And
most of those photos have been photoshopped.
Yeah, or they even put padding on smaller models to make them look bigger.
The standards keep changing. How many models do they need to show all the different body types that for this to sell one dress?
Sounds like there's a tension between the market. If the data says more
Right.
people click on this body, even if it's unrealistic,
Risks.
put that body in the ad.
Yes.
But what you're saying is that's unfair representation of the true customer.
Yeah, exactly, because then I'll like buy something that I saw on a plus size model who has a flat stomach, and then I put it on and I'm like, ugh, I hate this because it's clinging to like all the wrong parts. I just want to see something that it doesn't have to look exactly like me.
I think for a long time people thought that diversity in sizes wasn't marketable. Like I can't make money from showing all this diversity of sizes, but I think that there are new brands coming like Savage X Fenty with Rihanna. She has proven that you can have diverse bodies and you can still market and sell. And let's be real, most consumers are not the models. They look different.
Women should be fit enough to protect themselves. Will the agreeers step forward?
This is something that I always say. Listen, no shame to people that are thinner, but I just think you're so vulnerable when you're thin. Like if you're petite and you're frail and you're not strong enough to fight back, I don't think that's safe for you. I'm a proponent of like building muscle. That way you're sturdy. That way if someone tries to come up on me, they're going to feel something.
I think we shouldn't have to. Yes. Like it sucks that we're in a society that we do, but we have to.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes.
You're prone to danger at any moment. Know some punches, know some locks. I don't know, but yeah, definitely stay prepared.
Yeah, as someone who trains kickboxing, boxing.
Beat their ass, Dana.
And Muay Thai. At our facility, like we do offer like women's self-defense classes, and like no matter like what body size you are, I highly recommend every single woman to take at least one class just so you know the basics and just like for your own protection.
Well, I got attacked by a dog once when I was on a walk. I came out of this house and it came after me, and I was with my friend. Of course, it comes after the big one. Don't get me wrong, but it was scary. I couldn't run away.
Cause he was probably fucking slower, duh. So of course it came after the big one. The other one probably ran faster, bro.
Away from that problem, but my friends were able to, and that came to my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not good at cardio. I know what I need to improve more on. You need to be able to carry yourself, pull yourself up, or like you know, run.
Even for you, for your kids, you know, an emergency, your kid is swallowing something and it got stuck, or you know, everything around you needs your full potential energy. So yeah, definitely everybody work on their own pace and just make sure that you work on things that are going to help you and stay safe because it's dangerous.
Not to be an easy target.
Aside from dogs, which, has anyone ever been in a situation where they've had to defend themselves?
I can talk about it because it doesn't hurt anymore, but when I was young, I did get molested, and it's fine, I'm over it. I know it wasn't my fault. See, I work with my brain a lot, so for me, I was laying down, and it was more of a like situation where I couldn't move because of everything that was happening around me, and my thoughts were just like, I need to find a way to survive. I need to find a way to push this person from me, and I was 13, so it was like, you know what? Pray.
because there was a cousin sleeping next to me, and I was like, please have her move so I can move. And she did. And as soon as she moved, I found the way to just push him. Like I found the courage to push him off. It came from, I don't know where, but it came. And whatever happened after that. So it is a situation where as women, we are subject to not just men, but to a lot of people, and where we need to find a way to protect ourselves, and not just us, as we're growing older. Like we should be showing our children how to and who not to trust, instead of judging them, instead of expecting from them. You should be teaching them to find their way and what works for them, to find a courage to save themselves from whatever is going to be a struggle for them in the future.
Coconut Creek Mazda is the Mazda store that gives you more. We're in the customer service business, not the car business. Volume pricing made us #1. Customer service keeps us there. Right now, lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5S Select all-wheel drive for $229 a month. We're doubling rebates.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that story.
I
That's
have
fucked up.
abused my body. Will the agreeer step forward?
Personally, for me, I've always suffered with anxiety and depression since I was young. I haven't grown up in the best areas. I used to self-harm in different ways. I suffered with like purging and everything, and like actually like physically cutting myself. Sometimes I even tempted to like burn myself. When I look in the mirror, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? And I was 13, 12, and around this time, I did not like the way I look. I'm not happy right now. And like the only thing I have control of is that I don't have money. I can control what I can do to myself. And it wasn't until like I got older and I started studying mental health. I started studying like different like ways you can take care of yourself with the resources I had. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not the best at my mind right now. And there's other opportunities I can control those bad thoughts. To let them out.
What were some of the tools that were most helpful to you?
Meditation really was a big thing for me. I loved meditating. Whenever I had those, I call it like noise, like those just thoughts in my head, like just talking. And I'm like, close your eyes, inhale, exhale, and just breathe. Just find your center and calm yourself. That's really helped me a lot.
Addiction is the disease that tells your brain that the problem is the solution. My biggest addiction was food, and and you get a serotonin kick. Everybody has a vice because that's something cheap and fast. At some point, you're not a victim anymore. Like you're actually doing it to yourself. This lifestyle of this and up and down, and how I even abused myself, how I used to talk to myself, and you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not thin enough. You know, you're never enough. Until I changed the way I spoke to myself, did changes ever happen and maintain?
Abuse my body a lot by being an emotional eater. Like I'm a very emotional person. Actually, I just found out last year that I have BPD. Ever since I was a teenager, I have struggled heavily with depression and suicidal thoughts, like all the time. Yeah, I have abused my body over the years, and I'm trying to love myself more. Take better care of myself.
Don't try. Just do it.
Well, you say that, but it can be hard.
Make it easy. Make it easy. Make it easy to speak to yourself in a kind way.
Yeah.
I just got upset because you don't want to be on this. You're a gift. How dare you take that beautiful gift away? How dare you? You're not allowed to do that anymore. Okay? You're here. You have to speak to yourself kindly. Be nice to yourself. Your family members, how would they tell somebody else that's speaking to you that way to you? And you do it to yourself, that's not okay. You can change it. Make a choice.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better over the years, that I'm much kinder to myself, and I wish I could like tell my younger self to like be kinder.
But you can tell her right now.
Oh,
you can tell that baby right now, she's good enough and she's meant to be here.
Thank you.
Fuck.
I'm like, I just want to give you a hug because I relate to your story so much. I was an emotional eater too. I still am an emotional eater. I'm working on it so much, but like when I was getting bullied in middle school, like I was getting called fat and all these things, and I was literally getting notes handed to me saying that I was like a fat whale. It really messed me up, and it made me attempt suicide a few times, and I was a child. I was 12 years old, and it wasn't until after I attempted and my family found out, because now I don't think that way anymore. That's why I'm such a huge advocate for mental health and just love yourself. You have to love yourself in order to change things that you want to change.
And them niggas fucking pussy.
Can I bring in this? For the people who came in, the disagreeers with this prompt, what have been the most valuable tools or resources in your life to not abuse your body?
I think of the highest version of myself, and I try to show up as her every single day. When I have dark thoughts or when things are hard, I'm like, okay, the highest version of Alyssa, she's a baddie, she's disciplined, she loves herself, and I kind of show up as her.
I 100% agree with that. I'm a very big believer in if you say things out loud and manifest them, then they will come true, because eventually you do end up getting that mentality switch, right? If you wake up and the first thing that you say to yourself in the mirror is I'm ugly, that's what you're gonna go about your entire day believing, but maybe writing something down, having it on the mirror and stuff, and starting every morning smiling and with positivity, then you'll carry that energy through the entire day, the entire week, the entire month, and eventually your entire life.
If you have a network of people that if you're feeling any kind of emotion or going through anything, having that kind of community to help you figure out how you can go about this without doing some detrimental harm to yourself, I think it's really amazing. And again, a privilege that I was able to have that. And if nothing else, I hope anyone watching this can really see and empathize, and you can't just look at someone and be like, oh, they're this and that, or they're lazy, or they don't work hard enough. I think this conversation has just been so illuminating for me, and I hope it's illuminating for everybody.
For me, also, just adding to what helped me get out of the depression that I had was I sat down and I cried. I would cry in my room and acknowledge the things that I needed to change, even though it was going to cost me. And I had supporters like my family. My sister's my biggest supporter. I love you with all my heart. And you really need
Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. Like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
to work on yourself. Make a better choice. Change your body if it's necessary, if you can, but be healthy, because we're not getting any better. This world is just gonna get harder. So we need to be healthy and prepared for whatever we need to do, So yeah, work out safely, and everybody, we hope you're healthy for the longest time, because man.
I definitely agree with letting out a good cry, because I was an emotional eater.
I cried a lot.
I was such an emotional eater. I held all of my emotions in, and what I would do is I would eat instead of letting that emotion out and recognizing the emotion. And it wasn't until I let out that cry, I reached out to the people.
Yeah, you reach out for help.
You reach out to the people that you trust and you feel the safest with. And I did that I started to realize oh, I need to change this. It isn't healthy to go to the food instead of going to the people. You got to go to your people.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. The day after my mom passed, I just came back, literally I took a plane back to California to be with my family while she was in her coma. And that day I was just you know what? My mom's gone. I want to be gone, And the only person I really trust and love and care for and adore is my grandma. She is my rock. And I remember looking at her we got home, I'm like, Grandma, I'm done. This is it. And she told me, and this is the only thing that keeps me going till this day, is the moment you're gone, I lost you, I lose your mom, I have no one. And reaching out to my grandma and telling her I'm ready to just end it, it made me realize if I keep hurting myself, I'm not just hurting myself, I'm hurting the people who love me the most. Making sure when you're going through your hard spot, just know you're not alone in that. There's people around you who do truly love you, and they want you to reach out to them and tell them what's going on with you. So I always recommend that. I'm so sorry.
What she said, don't ever apologize.
Ever, especially as a woman. Stop apologizing.
I love that.
Thank you all so much for the vulnerability and for sharing your opinions through the discussion. Thank you guys for watching Middle Ground. Subscribe, watch more Middle Ground, listen to Radical Empathy, and leave a positive or thoughtful comment because these folks are human. All right, thanks all.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I'm so happy this was like a positive. I was worried after watching the med one. I was like, I'm ready to tussle. And everything was like so empathetic.
I need a group hug. If anyone needs, I'm like, I don't know if everyone's okay with this.
Everyone's the best parents on my Sunday.
I love them here.
Girl's so fucking weird, bro. Just had to hug it out at the end. Fuck, I'm over there in the videos. I'm about to put on some brain rock for y'all. Oh yeah,